Hi, my name is Caitlin Batten, and in this presentation, I'm going to take you through my learning journey of designing my artifact for primary science and technology. I will also be discussing how I could implement this task in a classroom setting, and I will later share with you the pedagogical content knowledge I have gained as a result of undertaking this task. So here is my artifact. I've designed a working model of a sustainable house. It features a rotating windmill, a working doorbell, and lights inside the house. And they all have separate switches to turn them on. So if I press this button here, this is my operating doorbell, and this is running off a parallel circuit. If I flick this switch up just on the side here, it's moving, and this is also connected to a parallel circuit. And then finally, I've just pressed my switch on the side here to turn the lights on inside my house, and these lights are running off a series circuit. So these features of my house can all work separately, as you just saw, or they can work at the same time. So here are some images and videos of the construction process of my model. You will see that I used a cardboard box for the base of my model, and every item, namely the house, solar panel, and windmill, have also been made from cardboard boxes that I already had at home. I used acrylic paint, which I had at home, to paint my model. One challenge with using the cardboard is that it was too light for my windmill after I'd stuck the motor on, which meant I had to use paddle pop sticks to weigh it down. So I only needed to purchase materials for my circuit, and you will see I ended up spending under the recommended $40. Because I used materials I already had at home, I have incorporated the 3 R's into this assignment, which stands for reduce, reuse, and recycle. And by using the 3 R's, I have helped to cut down on the amount of waste thrown away. I've reduced waste by finding a new purpose for items that would have otherwise been thrown away. I have reused items by repurposing them to create a new product, and I have recycled the raw materials I had at home to shape them into a new item. The 3 R's also directly relate to the theme of my model, which is centered around sustainability. So before I describe what circuits are, it is necessary to first provide a brief explanation of electricity. Electricity refers to the flow of electrical charge or electrons from one atom to another. When we have moving electrons, this is called an electric current. So we can create electricity by making an electrical circuit. For example, in my model, when I was turning the lights on in my house, I needed to flick the switch on, which caused the electrons to flow through the light bulbs, therefore creating light. An electrical circuit is a pathway that allows electricity to flow through. In my model, I used a parallel circuit and a series circuit. In a series circuit, all components are connected end-to-end to form single path for current flow. In a parallel circuit, every component is connected across each other's leads, meaning there are one or more paths for electricity to flow through. So the image displayed on the screen is a diagram of my electrical circuit, and as you can see, the current is moving along a closed path. The direction of the electrical current is flowing away from the positive terminal and towards the negative terminal of the battery. As mentioned, I used a battery pack as my power source, and I used wires as a conductor to carry electricity from one place to the next. I used a total of 4 AA batteries in my circuit. One single battery has 1.5 volts, meaning that my model was powered on 6 volts altogether. I used switches to control the flow of the electric current through the circuit. So I was quite nervous about undertaking this assignment, as I was initially very confused about how to create the circuit, and I couldn't understand the difference between a parallel and series circuit. I overcame these challenges by attending uni tutorials, which really clarify the difference between a parallel and series circuit, and through undertaking hands-on activities, I finally understood how I could complete this task independently. I also attended the optional drop-in session at uni to work on my artifact and ask any further questions I had to my teacher. I found this helped me immensely in developing my understanding of how to construct my circuit. So what KLAs could I link my artifact to? Well, first of all, If I was using this model to teach a lesson in a primary classroom, I think it would be most suitable for Year 6 students because the artefact I've created clearly aligns with the Stage 3 Science and Technology syllabus, not only due to the theme of sustainability, but also because of the heavy focus on electricity. Two other KLAs I would link this to would be Geography and Creative Arts. The Science and Technology syllabus affirms that students are provided with opportunities to make meaningful connections with other learning areas through authentic application of relevant knowledge and acquired skills. The next 3 slides will provide an in-depth explanation of how I would incorporate this artifact into the 3 listed KLAs in a Stage 3 science classroom. The study of science and technology enhances students' curiosity about the world around them and how it operates. It also provides students with an opportunity to develop their skills through scientific inquiry. According to the K-6 Science and Technology syllabus, by the end of Stage 3, students should be able to explain how energy is transformed and investigate how electrical energy can control movement. As mentioned, the artefact I've created has strong links to the Stage 3 Science and Technology syllabus. In particular, my model can be directly linked with the outcome in which a student explains how energy is transformed from one form to another. I could also link my model to the content descriptor, investigate how electrical energy can control movement, sound, or light in a product or system. Another outcome I could link the construction of this model to is ST3-2DP-T, whereby a student plans and uses materials, tools, and equipment to develop solutions for a need or opportunity. So if I were to conduct a lesson sequence for Stage 3 specifically using these outcomes in my model, students would be learning about electrical circuits. I would ask students to design and create a model that incorporates an electrical circuit and then explain how their model works to the class. My model can also be linked to the Stage 3 Geography syllabus, as there is a heavy emphasis on sustainability. I believe the construction of my model would serve as a good activity for Stage 3 students when learning about sustainability. If I were conducting a geography lesson where students were to create the model, I would link this to the outcome whereby students investigate how people influence places. I think that creating this model would be beneficial for students when learning about how people influence and manage places, because for starters, all the materials they're using would be recycled. Furthermore, creating this model would serve as a good activity to demonstrate to students the ways that people can contribute to sustainability. Finally, the third KLA I would link the construction of my model to is creative arts, specifically visual arts. Because I engaged in various visual art techniques when creating this model, I believe it would tie into the outcome VAS 3.1, where students investigate subject matter in an attempt to represent the likeness of things in the world. If I were to facilitate a lesson using this outcome in my model, students would be learning about how they can analyse qualities and features of a sustainable house to assist them in making their own. I would use this as an opportunity to extend and explore the concept of sustainability, which students could connect to their art making. So according to Hudson, student learning is at the centre of a quality education system. But one clear issue with the education system is the overcrowded curriculum. Curriculum integration provides a solution to this and promotes equity between the KLAs. This refers to curriculum planning and assessment that includes achieving standards from 2 or more KLAs. Curriculum integration uses skills and tools from other learning areas, which can boost the learning of science in primary school. There is a considerable amount of research that advocates for curriculum integration, with Hudson arguing it is a more student-centred approach that targets learners' needs in more specific ways. Additionally, when teachers choose to integrate curriculum across KLAs, there are extensive benefits for students, as it has been proven to increase motivation and engagement, academic performance, and critical thinking. I have described how I would integrate various subjects into the construction of my model, which would enhance the learning of each subject area as students are given a new perspective. Overall, I firmly believe that students can expand their knowledge and skills as a result of subject integration. Finally, my experience of working on this assignment has significantly changed the way I feel about teaching science. I mentioned in the beginning of this presentation that I was very nervous about creating my model, specifically the electrical circuit, but by actively participating in practical tasks and tutorials, I have a newly gained confidence about teaching science. My tutorials have affirmed how important it is to adopt a constructivist approach to teaching, to learning when teaching science, and I would follow the 5E instructional model in my classroom. So the 5E instructional model consists of engage, explore, explain, elaborate, and evaluate. Bybee insisted that by using this approach, students redefine and reorganize their initial concepts through self-reflection and interaction with their peers in the environment. Using the 5E model will guarantee that I am designing meaningful lessons for my students when I teach science. So that concludes this presentation. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you can see how much I have learned from undertaking this assignment. Thank you.